Hi, my peoples. Welcome to the No Bullshit Podcast. We're missing a few hosts. It's Perico Panero. Uno momento
And
mono.
and this is your girl Sunshine, aka Flower Child. And how is everybody's night going?
Um, Everybody sound like a lot of people. It's just me and you. So yeah.
Yo, please don't forget to subscribe to our podcast. That way you can get notification and updates whenever we post. You guys can get notified and keep supporting us. We're still figuring out this podcast shit,
As you can see.
as you can see. As
Yeah,
you
we're
can
learning. We're learning. You can't see what you can see. We're a few voices.
Right.
We're a few voices short. Wow.
So tonight, me and PP were talking since we're the only ones that are here right now. Our podcast schedule is kind of a little fucked up right now. So we just decided to do to talk some spooky business.
Kind of get spoopy.
It's spooky.
Spooky season anyway.
It's spooky. It is very fitting. It's fitting to the month.
So yeah, my weekend has been crazy.
Why?
Nah, it's just been crazy.
No.
Your boy's been home like a camper in Call of Duty. That's me in the corner. Oh, the Narrows. No names, no names. We're already recording, sir.
Yes.
But yeah, like I was there, like that's me in the corner. That's me in the spotlight the whole weekend. It was in my religion. The Narrows were recording. You'd like to say hi. Now's the time.
I guess not.
Yeah. I guess he's still standing up over there.
Yeah, my weekend this actually was a very chill weekend for me. I didn't have anything really planned. I just went to a wedding on Friday. But it was nice because I feel like every weekend I'm doing something. So it's nice to just be able to be home and do nothing. So
Nice.
yeah. We got the PS5.
You bitch. Brag about it, why don't you?
Man, I waited a year. I waited a damn year for this shit.
Listen, I'm gonna wait a whole another year the way they fucking around.
For real. Just flat out sloppy. Sony, get it together. Get it together.
What the hell? I was just reading. There's a brand. I guess they make face plates, or they make like a system or something. And Sony really put a season really threatened them with a lawsuit because I guess they made one of their designs was the same PS5 type faceplate type thing. Ruby, you're not in the podcast today, so don't be hitting the fucking thing. All right? Thank you. See, that's the shit I be talking about. You hear that shit? You hear the shit in the background?
Mm-hmm.
Random times at night, this should be going on. So you're telling me like Ruby ain't here fucking with me? It could be George too, but I don't know. But yeah, so they made some faceplates, sent them to the PS5, and the PS5 said, "Hey." Sony said, "Hey, you know what? If you don't remove these, we're gonna sue you." So you worried about faceplates, but you can't get more PS5s out here. You're worried about
No,
goddamn
seriously. I think this has been the first time. I mean, you could blame it on the pandemic if you want, because literally everybody blames the pandemic for everything. But it's been very, very difficult to find decently priced PS5s. Like motherfuckers want to buy PS5s, resell them for like $1,000. Like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? And the way that this whole trying to buy like the PlayStation was, like every time I went on Walmart, whenever they were dropping, it would be like, okay, there's a drop coming at like 3 p.m. I would literally be on the Walmart site, literally on the page where the PS5 is, waiting for it to say add to cart. As soon as 3 o'clock hits, the Walmart website just fucking crashes. 5 minutes, and they already need to restock again. I'm like, if they're obviously it's a lot of bots, like a lot of bots purchase in quantities. This is why you get those resellers asking for $1,000. But it's so annoying because it's like Walmart should know that there's going to be bots going into their website around the time, and they need to do better with the traffic of the website. Like, how do you expect people to buy this stuff if you don't make it accessible?
At the end of the day, I don't think they care, because at the end of the day, it's
They
a
still making
product that
money.
they're selling. Yeah, that is a product, and they're making money off of it. So at the end of the day, they don't care. They make the money, and fuck everybody else. That's how it's, Wally World. That's Wally World.
That's Wally World. That's
Amazon.
true.
Yeah, it's like Amazon. Fuck you, Jeff Bezos.
Oh my God! Didn't Jeff Bezos go to space?
Jeff Bezos and William Shatner.
I was like, what the fuck?
Not George Takei and William Shatner are beefing on Twitter apparently, and because William Shatner went to space and he bragged about it, and George Takei was like, "Well, that's what we need: more middle-aged, rich, old white men going into space to test the bodies of the young people." So they've been shooting shots at each other for a good week now.
Yeah, it was like I mean, we still I still found one decently priced for 600. It wasn't bad. It was better than paying 1,000. Because if you go to GameStop, they have a bundle. They want you to pay almost $800 for it. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's 2 controllers, but doesn't it come with something? I know it comes with 2 controllers.
And a thank you.
And a what?
And a thank you.
And a thank you. How was your weekend, sir?
It was good. I didn't do much. It was a friend's daughter's birthday, so we went to Funplex.
That's what's up.
Went to my aunt's house. They were in Mexico. Sunshine cooked some food. It was all right.
He lied.
Mm-hmm.
He did that shit.
I heard there was no more surf and turf.
Not on her plate.
Not on his either.
I heard on your plate there was no sauce. There's not even no butter sauce left on the plate.
He was like,
because your father took it on.
Well, actually, it was my mother who actually gave that to him because she thought of it, because I seasoned it with this butter herb sauce. I put a bunch of seasonings in the butter, and then I marinate it and
the fucking point is there wasn't enough for me.
Right, there wasn't enough butter sauce for anybody except Dad.
Papa Sunshine had all the butter sauce.
But now mommy gave me really good idea for next time. The next time I make lobster, I'm like, oh, I could save it and make it a butter sauce. So, so that gave me a really good idea. So I was like, oh, okay. And then I made a brisket, and then the juices from the brisket were fucking amazing. It tasted really good. Had a lot of flavor.
Was it smoked or was it in the oven?
I at first, because brisket is huge. So at first I just boiled it, and then then I basted it with its own juices, and then I put it in the oven, and then after that we cut it and then let it sit back in the juices again.
Shut the fuck up.
He was definitely he was like, what'd you season this lobster tail with? He's like,
I was just making sure she was doing the right thing. That was all.
Yeah, he doesn't listen. I think I've been 10/10 on recipes, so.
All right, Cypher, don't get gassed, okay?
I'm like, so hold on, Danelle, there's another chef in town.
I ain't gonna lie. When you made that,
it's about fucking time, and they can take a break.
When you made the crab cake sandwich, I don't get notified, and not that far away, so I can't be I'm a cook and then bring the shit, because then I gotta travel with it, and depending on what I cook, that's an hour and a half of food sitting.
No shade, but I've seen your Alfredo, so
we
know what it is. We know what it is.
My Alfredo. Don't disrespect my Alfredo, goddamn it.
Not at all. As I said, we see with yours. We know what it is.
Yeah, we know what the Alfredo is.
Mind you, that and I cooked that shit on high heat, so and it still came out. It ain't come out like mashed potatoes. That's all I know. Spirits, a classic for that line. He was like, "Oh, we're having mashed potatoes."
I died.
Yo, what?
I was like,
Shout out
ooh,
to
the
us,
shade
FF.
is real. He didn't even know it was shady.
Yeah, he didn't even know. And then it's funny because he came out so innocent. Everyone else is like roasting him.
Bruh.
That's not Alfredo sauce though, bro.
Nah, bro. That was first of all, everybody makes their Alfredo sauce different, so I'm not gonna like he put flour in it, but it's not uncommon. Like there's some people who put flour in their sauces to give it a thickness, but I don't do that. Like I just throw a lot of Parmesan cheese at the end, and that creates that thick consistency.
Because if you're using the like heavy cream,
right?
Like you don't need to like put flour in it.
Speaking
Yeah.
as a chef,
I think it literally looked like mashed potatoes.
well, speaking as a chef, when you're adding flour to a liquid, that's called making a roux.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a sauce. So
It makes
Yeah,
it
but it's
super
a
thick.
cut.
I know when I make like the cheese for mac and cheese, like I throw a little flour in it. But that's
Oh
what
yeah, because you gotta thicken that sauce a little bit.
Yeah.
You have to throw a little flour. You have to,
but the difference is it's not sauce, it's cheese.
It's thick. Yeah, it's
cheese.
thick. It's supposed to be thick. Yeah, like a thick texture.
And even
But
like
the same thing
recently, I
happens
realized
when you're making beans. You have to let the beans sit, and then as it sits, it gets thicker. While it's on the boil.
honestly, I
Yeah,
don't know about
I don't know.
the
I'm
beans,
like,
so I
I'm
can't.
listen. Just for viewer discretion, or context, I should say. El Shefe does cook good. Like I had
He's a
food
great
from
cook.
El
He does
Shefe
cook
before.
good.
Yeah, he can cook good. It's just I don't
Yes.
know. That day, I believe he was not focused on what he was doing, and unfortunately, it just looked really bad.
He was just into the moment. That's it. Let's just say like that. He was into the moment of all of us being together.
Well, the
Everybody
thing is,
got an
like,
off day.
the thing is, like, when you cook, you have to cook with love, and you have to pay attention to what you're doing. And I think at that day he was so excited to like see everybody and stuff that he was like socializing and forgetting about what he was originally doing. And it ended up looking like mashed potatoes. So I made another Alfredo to compensate for that.
But I ain't gonna lie, for the first time you making lobster cakes.
Bruh.
The crab cake, it wasn't bad.
Yeah, crab cakes not bad. I said lobster cakes.
I would
I'm over here jealous I ain't getting no lobster. That's why.
No, okay, so I'm gonna do a boil. That's my next one. I'm gonna do a boil, and I found like this Cajun Old Bay seasoning for the boil.
What you need to do is that fried lobster I sent you.
I'm gonna do fried lobster, but I'm gonna okay. So we'll do the boil, and then while I do the boil, I think I could fry the lobsters. Like I could get lobster tail since I'm going to the seafood place. And crawfish because I have a boil without crawfish or crab legs.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I've been feeding. Yeah, catfish nuggets.
Mine?
Yeah, them stink ass shits. Yeah, nobody tell me catfish.
So
no,
bruh.
Flag on the plate, guys. So when Sunshine made those catfish nuggets, at first I was like, "Yo, it stinks in this house. Someone need to close their legs or mouth or whatever the fuck." I'm not eating that.
Well, I'm following in the footsteps. For those who don't know us, I'm following in the footsteps of De Niro because De Niro actually took culinary in high school, so he actually is a chef, and he also is a very good baker, which I'm also trying to like follow into those footsteps as well. He makes these bomb ass cheesecakes.
That's the one thing I will never be able to compete with De Niro with is baking.
His baking is serious.
Yo, what? Yeah, I remember one time we made fun of his cheesecake on Thanksgiving, and he was so offended because we was like, "Yo, you put the ice," because I guess he put the icing on De Niro's when it was still hot and it melted, so it looked funny. I don't know if you remember this, but it was blue icing. I remember.
That was my off day. I didn't whip the cream enough.
No, that wasn't the problem because that cheesecake was awesome. But we're over here ragging on his cheesecake, saying like someone threw up on it. But then at the end of the day, he's like, "Yeah, but you all guys was talking shit about my
Devoured that.
cheesecake, but you fucking, I got no dish. There's no dish. We couldn't find a dish nowhere. But we know the cheesecake was eaten because everyone had like blue sponges on their lip, so
Everybody got
nobody
an
could
off
deny.
day.
Yeah, everybody has it all day. Shit, it happens. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect.
So, in different news, I actually just read before getting into here, Darius McCrary, who played Eddie Winslow in Family Matters, is dating trans star Sydney Starr.
Wow.
Really, Eddie Winslow.
Who's Sydney Starr?
Bruh.
She was on the season of Love and Hip Hop New York,
Okay.
and she's, I guess, an aspiring rapper, trans rapper. And I just recently saw that Darius McCrary is dating her, and I was like, wow, okay, small world.
Oh wow. Well, shout out to that.
Congratulations to a happy couple.
Right. I was like, shout outs to that. Did I see any news today?
And rest in peace, Colin Powell.
Oh, rest in
Oh, yeah,
peace,
rest in
Colin
peace,
Powell. That's
Colin
right.
Powell, yeah.
I did see that. I did see too that Flavor Flav was arrested for domestic battery in Nevada.
I don't know, but a lot of people have been dying lately. I don't know if you guys have noticed. It's been a lot of deaths happening.
Yeah, I was just reading. I was just telling Sunshine earlier before, like, you came in. Actually, before we started recording, it looks like the reboot for, what was it? Fresh Prince of Bel Air is gonna be put on hold
Okay.
because the actor who's playing Uncle Phil was in a fatal freeway accident. So apparently, I guess some guy was laying in the freeway lane, and as the actor didn't see him, he hit him.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but it did say the guy was laying in the freeway lane in his lane.
So that really isn't his fault.
No,
I
it's
mean-
not. But you know, they're like, that's that like if that was me, and yeah, it's not my fault. That traumatized me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Speaking of car accidents and people getting hurt, Katie Seagal also was hospitalized over the weekend after being struck
yeah.
by a vehicle. She's going to be okay though. I believe everything was non-fatal for her. We all know who Katie Seagal is, correct?
I want to say, is that Steven Seagal's wife?
Bruh.
No,
No.
that's Jax
Peggy
Teller's
Bundy.
mom, Kelly Bundy,
Gemma.
Peggy Bundy and Gemma. Yeah.
Oh
Leela.
wow. Yeah, Leela from Futurama. And she's
Mhm.
also
Peggy Bundy and Gemma.
she was in
Peggy Bundy's.
other voice acting. I'm just trying to remember. I'll get back
Yeah,
to
she
it.
was.
She was another voice actor for another show. But go
Yeah,
but
she was also on Futurama. Remember, she was the girl with the ponytail.
Yeah,
she's Leela. Mm-hmm.
I didn't watch it religiously like you guys did, but yeah.
Oh, she's Leela. But yeah, wow, I didn't even hear about that. Well, I wish her a speedy recovery.
Yeah, she should
All
be.
I gotta say is Betty White is 3 months from being 100. Let's put some bubble wrap on her.
Yeah, she needs national protection status.
Security?
No, she needs national
thinking the same
protection
thing.
status. She needs national security. She needs the Secret Service. She needs fucking military police around there at all times. We need to protect this national treasure. Betty
Yes.
White is gold.
You know she is known as the first lady of television. So let our first lady become 100 in 3 months.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
please.
like protect her.
If you ain't vaccinated, stay away from her, please.
Like Black
Hello,
said.
everyone.
Hi, Flocka.
Hi, Flocka.
Hey, Flocka.
Hey, everyone. I'm here.
So another news, I wanted to say that Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker actually got engaged.
I actually like them. I'm not gonna lie.
I actually really like Kourtney Kardashian. She's honestly the only one that I actually really like. And I really support her. I mean, after how many years she was with Scott? Like 11? Like he
Too
never,
long.
and he's a complete douchebag. So it's nice seeing her get a happy ending after going through everything that she went through. So, and I do
Yeah.
like them too. I like them as a couple as well.
Well, Lord Disick was also dating Amelia Gray, who is Lisa Rinna and Harry Hamlin's daughter. I mean, he was probably like twice her senior, but you know.
Oh, and didn't he do this with somebody else too? Was it? It was another celebrity who was like way younger than him.
Well, I know the relationship that he was in for like that was, I guess, the longest was probably Amelia Gray because they just recently broke up. I think they were together for almost a year, maybe.
So
Honestly,
it was
I really
before.
don't follow.
It was
Like,
before he was with Sophia Richie. Before.
Yeah. Okay. So Sophia Richie, and then he was with Amelia Gray.
But they both were way younger than him.
Well, I believe Amelia Gray's like 21 to 25 ish, and I believe so is
Sophia.
Miss Richie. Yeah.
Well, isn't he like
Almost 50
40?
maybe.
I mean, 40, 50. Like he old as hell to be dating like just turned legal, you know? Strange.
honestly, I really don't follow like who's dating who that much. I really don't. Like if it's like all over social media, that's how I know. Um, um, but yeah, I really don't like. I never really watched any of the Kardashian shows. Like I tried watching it one time. I never really got into it. Um, I mean, Courtney is, one of the ones that I feel like she's, the most humble out of the group. Yeah, it's like the most humble out of the group. I mean, I did see that she's engaged now, and I saw like this article where it says that what's his name? Scott, right? Scott, whatever.
Lord Disick.
Who?
That's his name on fucking Instagram.
He likes to go by Lord Disick.
He was like the
Disick?
Lord or something like that.
Okay.
His last name's Disick. Scott Disick.
Okay, Scott. Okay, so all right, I'm gonna call him Scott. All right.
No.
Well,
just for the record, I don't think anybody calls him Lord Disick, but that's just something he created for himself.
So like I found out, like, I mean, from the article, it says that he was very upset about it. It seems like he was always very, sour about her relationship with Travis or whatever. So,
well, Courtney
whatever.
used to date this basketball player who was international basketball player.
Tristan
and
Thomas.
when she was in France with Travis Barker, no, Christian Thompson's Chloe.
Courtney, yeah, Chloe, my bad.
But she was dating an international basketball player. They broke up and then she had gotten with Travis. And I believe it was Courtney that had posted a picture of her and Travis together. And Lord Disick DM'd this basketball player saying, "Yo, ain't that your girl?" And my whole thing is, why are you still so invested in what's going on in her life?
Obviously, he's not over her. That's what it comes down to.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe he left her.
Yeah, like he's not over her. If you're that jealous and that invested in her life, he's obviously still has feelings. He has feelings for her still. And he's showing it in that way. He's being salty about it. But I mean, if you left her, she's gonna move on. You know what I'm saying? She's not gonna wait for you. So you know what? And then she's in love with this guy and they're getting engaged. So you know what? Good for her.
Well, I agree with you. I've never seen not one episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Wow.
But I do know about what's going on as far as like with Amelia Gray, because that's the daughter of Lisa Rinna, and I watch Housewives. Shout out to Bravo and the Real Housewives.
Okay. All
and
right.
that was
I didn't even know who she was. Honestly, I didn't even know who you were talking about, to be honest. So I was just kind of like.
So let me put it to you like this, because I know you'll get it this way. Days of Our Lives.
Oh,
the main
okay.
characters, Bo and Hope and Billy. Hope. She was Billy.
Oh, yeah. I know you're talking about.
So her daughter was the one dating Scott Disick.
Oh, wow. And how old is her daughter?
21 to 25-ish.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's why you're saying that he's like the senior.
Yes.
Okay. He was just trying to have fun, I guess.
He's regretting it, I guess, now.
Mhm.
It's
Like I
kind of
missed the
looking like
photo.
he's kind of looking like he want that old thing back.
Well, I'm happy. Well, I mean, I don't really watch. I definitely don't watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians, but I do know about their life because of social media. So, because it's constantly everything that they do is constantly being posted, and
They all
I
got famous
seen
from Kim's sex tape.
they literally did. Kris Jenner is the momager of like the century.
Exploding
Yeah,
all her
so they
turds.
all gotta thank Ray J then.
Yeah, but Kris Jenner is like the mastermind.
I wouldn't be surprised if Kris Jenner leaked it.
Seriously.
Yo,
Oh
to be
my
honest,
god.
she's like,
I
Kim,
don't
you're gonna
know.
make us rich.
We can live
I
off your father's name
guess.
anymore.
You know what I mean? Like,
Robert
I know she
Kardashian
was
ain't doing
always like,
shit.
I know she was mad
Rest in
about
peace.
it. She was crying
Yes.
about it and all that stuff. Like, I can't believe this happening to me, but you got mad money from it now, you know? Like,
They're like billionaires.
yeah.
Like they literally, that show just ended. Keeping Up with the Kardashians just like recently ended.
I know.
And it
And
was
I'm
like season
like,
20.
Yeah.
exactly. I'm like, how did it get that far? Like, I tried watching a show and I could barely finish the show. I could barely finish it. I was so bored. I was looking around. I feel like they need to make like a reality show of like of the middle class people, middle class family or something. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes when I watch like these shows where it's like, you know, these people have so much money, it's hard for me to relate to some of that, to be honest. You know what I mean? It's like kind of hard. They're like, oh, this is I'm so stressed because, you know, my $1 million thing didn't come in today and whatever. And I'm like, oh, well, must be nice. You know what I'm saying? Like when they say things like that, I'm like, are you listening to yourselves? You know what I mean? And like, I don't know. I just can't relate to them that well. I can't.
I definitely cannot relate to them at all. And because they're billionaires, like I don't have fucking mansions. I don't know what it's like to have a fake body. Like I don't know what it's like to be in Hollywood. Like I don't know what it's like to be married to like famous fucking rappers and NBA players. So I definitely cannot. And then the things that I saw, like that, well, in particular, Kim would complain about, I'd be like I saw this one clip and it was like Kanye and Kim. And Kanye goes, Kim is saying how she's upset because in her house she doesn't have a jacuzzi. And Kanye's like, oh my God, we don't have a jacuzzi. Like,
Bruh.
But like, you see what I'm saying? Like when I hear things like that, I'm just kind of like, really? Or did you guys remember that one clip that made her feet like she got really big too? Well, I mean, it's not like she was already famous, but it was a really big thing where she like lost like a diamond in the sea or something.
and
She's like,
there's
oh my
people
God.
dying.
And then Courtney was like, there's 1,000 million people dying and starving on Earth. And I was like, thank you, Courtney.
And she's scared. And she's like upset because she lost some diamonds. Like
First of
crying.
all, you shouldn't be wearing no diamonds in the water to begin with. You know what I'm saying? That's number one. And number two, you can buy another one. You
Well,
know?
speaking of the artist formerly known as Kanye, he legally changed his name to Ye.
I saw that
walking around the streets of New York in a creepy white baby mask.
So his name is now Ye.
Yay.
Yay.
Do we call him
Yay?
Ye?
Yay.
Now, do we call him the artist formerly known as Kanye?
I think I'm still gonna refer to him as Kanye. To be honest.
Like what? Why? Whatever. I'm like, I can't keep up with this guy anymore. But
Well, he thought he was Jesus at one point with Jesus.
He thought he was Jesus. You know, he thought he was gonna win the presidential election. Like
He also thought Beyonce had the best video of the world at the
oh
time.
yeah, yeah, and not for nothing, that video,
It was
it
alright.
was alright. Like, yeah, it wasn't even all that. It was girls dancing, whippy, you know, like, I don't know. Okay, so he's Ye West. Okay,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
And speaking of the Kardashians prior, I have seen a clip, but that was when Courtney and her slapped each other.
Yeah, I did see that. I seen that. Where they were like fighting.
And it was the most stupidest fight I've ever seen in my life. I felt stupid watching after the fact. I was like, I felt like I lost brain cells watching that clip.
Oh my God.
I thought I belonged in a mental asylum after I saw that clip.
And that shit, like, and that shit
I was losing brain cells. I was about to commit myself.
But you know what it was too? It's like their marketing thing. It's like, because what happens is right before, I don't know if like anybody noticed, but like right before like their show would, like, the new season would start, there would be some type of controversy going on, like at the time. So people would want to tune in because like this is like when Scott and Courtney broke up. Chloe and like Tristan cheated on Chloe. Kanye and Kim were getting a divorce. Like, you know what I mean? Like every time
all
their
press
show
is good press.
to air, something would go on, and that would make people want to tune in because they want to see what was going on. Like, you know, like they want to find out information. And I think that's a clever, despite everything, I think that's pretty clever on their part.
That's the sheeple for you. Fucking sheeple.
Yeah, and I guess Kanye, I'm sorry, Ye, whatever, and Kim, they are still together, I guess.
Nobody knows because the divorce she filed.
I just read
but then
that
they're together at the Met Gala.
Yeah, no, I just read she just paid him on VladTV.com literally just now that she just paid Kanye $23 million just to keep the Hidden Hills mansion. So I don't know.
But then they're like showing up to the Met Gala together, like De Niro was saying. Yeah, so it's like, so what's really going on, you know?
Unless they're trying to keep a family unit for the children.
I guess. I don't know. I don't really, you know, look into that too much, you know?
That's why I like the housewives. They live the lifestyle of rich and famous, but they're not exempt to scandal or life. And it plays out. Like right now on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, all this drama with Tom Girardi, the lawyer from Erin Brockovich. Well, the actual lawyer, not the movie. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He's getting sued, and there was a lot of speculation whether his wife, who is on the show, was privy to any of this information because she divorced him like days before this lawsuit hit the news.
Oh, so she probably knew.
Well, that's still all speculation right now. Like
it sounds spooky to me.
There's one of the lawsuits is that there was an airplane crash victims that didn't get their money, and apparently he embezzled so much money and put some of that money into his wife's LLC. Which makes her complicit. Yeah, it's crazy. But seeing that can show you that the lifestyle of the rich and famous are not exempt.
Right. I know there's this one housewives. I'm not sure which one it is. De Niro, maybe you can help me out. There's this Caucasian girl, this white girl who's married to this really, really like old man.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Very, very young. Is that her?
She's in her 50s, and Tom Girardi is in his 80s.
Is that so? That's the same couple that we saw. I don't know if it's the same one.
They were actually married for 20 years, though. She's been with him for 20 years.
Oh wow.
So there's like, yeah, so I guess that's the same one. I don't know. I just know that there's, because I don't really watch the Housewives. It was just like 1 or 2 episodes that I saw where this really young girl, and is she like a singer or she was trying to sing?
She is an artist. Her stage name is Erica Jane. she has like hits in, I guess, in the club genre, and
Okay.
she's very big in the LGBTQ community. So um that's who I was referring to as far as the Real Housewives with the whole lawsuit.
Yeah. Cause
It's
like
them.
I'm like, how'd these two meet?
She was working.
at a wasn't she a waitress or something?
She was a waitress at a go-go bar.
Okay, there we go.
She was stripping. She wasn't
No,
waitressing.
she was a waitress at the go-go.
Listen, about the bartender strip at the go-go, the waitress strip at the go-go.
Look, baby, I'm just relaying the story.
I'm telling you, someone
Yeah,
who's
so
been through this
I
shit too.
remember watching that one episode, and I'm just like, that's her husband? I'm like,
That sound
okay.
like that, like a Nicole Kidman show episode when she married the dude.
I'm
What?
lost.
Right.
Yeah, you don't remember that?
I was like, what?
Not Nicole Kidman. What the fuck's her name? She got a show. Anna Nicole Smith.
Oh yeah, she was doing an Anna Nicole.
Yeah, she was doing Anna Nicole. There we go. I said Nicole Kidman. My bad. Sorry,
I
Nicole
mean,
Kidman.
I mean, this story is crazy though, as far as with Erica Jane and Tom. Like, so she divorced him. Days later, he was hit with publicly with a lawsuit of these airplane crash victims that
Victim.
never got their money, and then they put him into a home, saying that he was unfit. His brother had to take conservatorship over his property. This has just been ongoing. And what was so interesting about everything is that as the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills was filming, they were catching this live. So the co-stars on the show were getting this information and questioning her throughout the season. Very interesting.
Interesting.
That is very interesting, indeed.
It's similar to
See
like
how
what
these
happened to
like
like.
celebrities, these celebrities are like human beings at the end of the day, and they be doing wild shit.
Agreed. Well,
Yeah.
speaking of wild shit, and another Housewives franchise, Salt Lake City, Jen Shaw was also arrested for a type of a Ponzi scheme.
What?
Oh,
She was
shit.
trying, yeah, she was like calling old people, excuse my language, but like,
The
you know,
elderly.
elderly, and swindling them out of their money.
But isn't
Oh,
she
she was
rich?
doing that. Oh, yeah, she was doing the old school
What?
scam.
Yeah,
But isn't she rich? Why does she need other people's money?
to stay rich.
Yeah, like you see what I'm saying? Like it's like
No,
that.
so,
That
so I'm gonna say
that
like
shit.
this is something I learned, Flocka. You can be rich, or you can be wealthy.
Yes,
Rich and wealthy are two different things.
absolutely.
Wealthy people will take $100, right? Save 50, right? Stay with 50. Take that other 50, split that 50, and save the rest, and stay with 25. Rich people will be rich and just want to blow their shit. Wealthy people try to stay wealthy. So, like I said, like there's wealthy people, they kids, they'll die. Their kids die. Their great grandkids die. The amount of money they have will never change. Rich people, after like the third generation, they broke.
So let's put it like this: wealthy is like the Rothschilds, and rich is like the Kardashians.
Like
Right.
all I'm saying is like you gotta be some kind of messed up if you're trying to take from the elderly. Like these people have no money. Like, or if they
Allegedly.
do,
Most elderly people are on
or
fixed
if
income.
they do, I'm sure her Ponzi scheme is she's calling everybody under the sun. Whether you have money or not, and you're taking whatever they have. Like that's a
Yo,
different kind of
she pulled a
evil.
home shopping network scam.
Well, I can't wait till the episode where the feds actually come, because the Bravo was actually filming when the feds came to get her.
Oh wow.
So they
You
were
see what
about to
I?
leave.
That's if
They
her
were
lawyer didn't block that. Or is
no,
gonna block it.
it's going to show on the air. There was a scene where she's going onto a girls' trip, and as she's sitting on the bus, getting ready to depart on this girls' trip, she gets a phone call, and she gets up and she tells everybody that she has to go. It's an emergency. And as she's getting off the bus, I think she gets like a block or two away, and the feds come and they take her.
Ooh.
And that's how
That's
they open the
crazy.
season. And then it's like they go back to how it got to that point. So we're in the midst of right now of getting to where she's about to get arrested.
Well, if she really did that,
Marketing. That's smart marketing, though.
Absolutely.
it is. And if she really did do this, then I'm telling you, I definitely believe in karma. You know what? Whatever you do comes back. So if this was her, if she was really doing this, then you know what? I don't feel bad for her now one bit. So
I definitely don't feel bad for her. You can't scam the elderly people. Come on. That's not cool at all. You're taking advantage.
That's why I love the Japanese culture. They respect the elderly. Shout out to Japan.
I was gonna say something, but I'm not because it's gonna come off so wrong. If y'all know me, y'all know I ain't got a filter, so it's definitely gonna come out raw.
Hold up, let me mark it now. So if it's too spicy, I'll edit it out. Go ahead, say it.
I was gonna say, I mean, not really, because look at Squid Games.
That's Korean.
That's exactly why I didn't want to say nothing.
I was watching something. He said, "Look at Squid Games." I'm fucking done.
That's Korean. That's funny. Well, have you guys have any of you guys finished watching You?
I did. Amazing.
No, I don't watch
okay,
that shit.
So we spoke about You coming out in a few episodes before, and we gotta talk about just a little bit.
Wait, don't spoil too much because I didn't see. I started it, but
really, Sunshine, really.
I give 2 fucks. I'm not gonna watch it.
Well, honestly, I've been watching I got other shows. Like I just finished Attack on Titan, which is like fucking amazing. But go ahead.
Wait, they dropped the last episode, or it's still on?
No, I caught up. I watched the whole thing. I watched all 4 seasons. So I
I'm
was
still waiting.
like,
I'm still
anyways,
waiting.
I got Wu-Tang. I got so many shows going on. So
all right, well,
Only
you know
Murderers
what?
just
Right
finished.
now, you need to concentrate on You. Okay.
Let me tell you about You. I've seen 10 episodes of season 3 in one day.
Me too. I literally the whole Saturday I was just binging this damn show. And
saying
all
that,
I'm gonna
why
say,
can't I have somebody stalking me like Joe, you like crazy motherfucker?
all I'm gonna say is love is a crazy bitch.
I keep hearing that. But don't spoil.
De Niro, do you agree?
Love is a crazy bitch.
She's a crazy bitch. And
I don't watch the show and I agree with that shit.
But that town was so cookie cutter suburbia.
It was a lot going on in that season. We learned a little bit more. I already knew I kind of knew who his love interest was gonna be. Did you?
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Yes, I did. Because the moment I saw her, I was like, "Oh, look, that's Dorcas."
Yes.
From
so
Sabrina.
I already knew. Yeah. So and she was also on the 100.
She's hot.
Was also she's a beautiful girl, and so I already knew. I was like, oh, here we go, and it was a lot going on. I feel like every episode I was just like, oh my god, oh my fucking god. Like I just kept going, and I was like, oh my, I can't. Were you happy with the ending? I was.
Absolutely.
Yes, I was very happy with the ending. Let's move on to season 4. Do you think he's gonna find what he's looking for?
Yes, but I don't think it's gonna go the way he wants.
I have a feeling he's gonna find what he's looking for, and obviously shit's gonna go down. But yeah, so I feel it. But it's gonna be interesting though. It's gonna be interesting because I don't want to spoil anything, but you know what happened. So how is he walking around? You know what I mean? Like it's gonna be interesting season next season.
Well, okay. We'll have this conversation after it's watched by Sunshine.
Yeah, so I just feel like it was a good season. I liked it. Was it as good as season 1? I don't think so. I love season 1 is, I feel like,
Well,
Season one was
I think it's different from season one because it's like, okay, season one is when you're introduced to Joe and
I feel like season one
his
is like the
latest.
best. Yeah.
And then season two gets into more about love. And then season three is them playing house.
Yeah.
So,
Like, yeah, I mean, it's different, but I still feel like season one to me, it has still been the best. I still love it. You know, I'm not complaining. The season was good, but I just feel like season one is still, to me, the best season so far.
So you're a Beck fan.
Not a Beck fan, just the whole season itself, just everything. You know what I mean? But this season had a lot of twists and turns for sure. There was a lot of twisting and Sunshine. I suggest you start watching because it's very good. I couldn't stop watching it. I finished it in one day.
Same.
Yeah. So
now that I caught up on Attack on Titan, like I done with it because that's really what I've been binging. And their episodes are not long, but there's a lot of episodes in each season. So, and shit is really popping off right now. So I was like really into it right for a second. So now that I have some free time, I can binge watch you now. I can watch the season 2.
Speaking of interesting endings, has anyone finished Only Murders in the Building?
I haven't even started. Yeah, I haven't even started watching.
It ended on a cliffhanger, let me tell you that. And I can't wait to see where season 2 goes.
Okay. I haven't watched it. I feel like it is on my.
It's good. It's funny. I wouldn't say it's more like it's. I wouldn't say like it's a thriller.
La 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 la.
Yeah, I didn't do my vocal practices. So yeah, it has some suspense in it. You know, you're trying to figure out who killed who. But boy, let me tell you, I was not expecting that end. I was there like, no. I was there like Michael Scott. God, no, please, God, no. No.
Well, there's another show actually coming out November 4th, I believe. Or November, I think it's November 4th, but Big Mouth is coming back. And I don't know if you guys watch Big Mouth, but it's like this funny Netflix show about teenagers and puberty, but the way that they do it is so like
hilarious.
It's very outlandish, but it's really funny, and that's coming back. And I honestly love that show. To me, it gets better. Every season gets better. It gets like more funnier.
Yeah, especially Maury with the hat. Maury with the hat when his hat breaks out, when he starts breaking out. Oh my god, that shit had me dying.
Well, this last season was pretty cool because all right, so basically like every time they are experiencing some type of like puberty emotion, they have like a monster, and every kid has a horny monster, right?
A hormone monster.
Yeah, like a hormone monster, but it's basically like they're fucking horny all the time, right?
Yeah, it's like hormones.
So they have that, and then every season they introduce like someone new. Like there was this one girl who had depression, so then there was like a depression kitten, and then a lot of the kids were having anxiety, so they had like the anxiety mosquitoes. Like every time like they were catching anxiety, the mosquito would come out, and it's like it's funny as hell, but it's also very like interesting because they do touch on like a lot of things that that we experience. Like I feel the anxiety thing because it literally feels like exactly how they put it on the show.
I think the two new monsters they're introducing is the love bug and the hate worm. If I'm not mistaken, it's the hate worm and the love bug. I know the love bugs for sure, but I'm not sure if it's called the hate worm or the jealousy worm or some shit. But it's a worm. He's gonna be causing some ruckus.
Is that the show? Because I think I remember Gigi wearing a costume. Was it like this girl? She has like a green dress or something, and she has like a bunny hat.
No, that's Bob's Burgers.
Okay, that's Bob.
That's Louise.
Like, is that show? I was like trying to figure it out. Like, I know.
I'm trying to figure out who the fuck wears the green dress.
Yes, she do. She wears green.
I thought it was pink.
She has a pink hat. The bunny ears are pink.
The bunny ears.
Right.
Yeah, I just remember Gigi wearing something like
I'll be too
that.
high watching
Also,
that
it's a
show.
different. For some reason, when you guys were talking about it, I was thinking about that show.
No, this one is like, what is this, like season 5 or 4 right now? I don't remember what season that was right now, but it's been a couple years already. It's been on, and it started on Netflix, and it's pretty cool. I really like the show.
It's not meant for kids. Let's just say that.
It's not meant
Yeah.
it's more for an adult crowd, but it's funny. Like it's actually pretty fucking hilarious. And you know who voices one of the hormone monsters is Maya Rudolph. She's the girl hormone monster.
Yeah, Will Arnett, Maya Rudolph. Yeah.
Love Maya Rudolph.
Yeah, she is so
Connie,
funny. Connie. Yeah, she's the girl hormone monster.
Murray is played by Will Arnett.
Yeah, it's a really funny show.
You'll look at that and you'll be like, where the hell was this show at when I was growing the fuck up? Swear to God. I swear to God.
I'm gonna look into that too. I'm gonna look into that.
You really watched it? Like, yo, I really needed this type of show when I was a fucking kid.
Nice. Okay, well, that's something that I'm gonna write down and I'm gonna take a look at it too. I was actually starting to watch Boruto again. I know Panero, you watched that show as well.
Listen, I'm still in the land of the stone. Okay.
I'm actually a little bit further now. I just started watching it again. And there's been a pretty interesting arcs. Sunshine, I know you said like the show was a little bit more almost kind of like is not as good as Naruto, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in the beginning, it kind of starts off a little slow, like the kids, because it's in a world with when there's no like war going on and stuff like that. So the shinobis are a little different, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna say after the tuning exams, it starts to pick up like a lot. And it's actually getting really good. I was actually on this arc where they went to the Sand Village, and of course, Gaara's there. Tamari was with Shikadai, which is her son, with Shikamaru. And Boruto was there, and they were fighting Panero. I forgot the name of the guy. Okay, so remember those gods that have the Byakugan?
Oh, the Atsushi clan. The Atsushi clan.
Yes. So the one that takes their chakra, the one that steals chakra, they were fighting him. And Sasuke was there too. It was such a good arc. Like there was, and Kankuro came back and he was doing his thing. And I was like, oh my God, you guys know, like I was very interested in Kankuro because he has like the jutsu to manipulate like the puppets and stuff. So like he came back and he was fighting and Gaara was fighting. Like it was so good. And like I feel like damn, like it felt like if I was watching Naruto again. You know what I mean? Like it got that good. And I was like, oh my God, like I gotta talk to Panero about it. And I just wanted to let Sunshine know. I'm like, there's certain episodes that kind of feels a little bit more like kiddish, right?
You'll get
like
some nostalgia moments.
Yeah, like there's like some parts that are a little kiddish, and then there's like these episodes that are just like really good. And right now they're at that point where now they're trying to find that clan, because that clan is trying to get the tail beast. And guess who's back at the tail beast? What is it? Gaara's tail beast, the one tail.
So okay. Was it the Shikaku?
Yeah, Shikaku. There you go. Shikaku was in the episodes because that clan is trying to get him. They're trying to steal the tail beast. So they were trying to defend Shikaku, and Gaara, of course, Gaara was doing his thing. Tamari was actually fighting with her son, Shikadai, and Shikadai, not only does he have what is it, the Shadow Clone Jutsu, he also has the Wind Jutsu. He has Wind Style. So he's really good. You know what I mean? Like he has his dad's brains, but then he also has his own like vibe. You know what I mean? And then like he starts bringing out, his Wind Style, and his mom is like, "That's right." You know what I mean? Like, and it was real. That arc was really, really good. So I'm getting into it again, and I'm like, oh, I can't believe I'm missing all this, And there's so much more that's happening because I've been reading spoilers. So I'm like, oh, like I gotta catch up because there's a lot going on with Naruto too. So yeah, so and then Sasuke, Sasuke, he was doing his thing, and Sasuke is actually training Boruto.
Yeah, he's the mentor.
So yes, that's his mentor, right? And now Sai, he came back. Now Sai is actually one of the mentors now. In one of the last episodes that I saw, there was like this new, and I like the fact that Boruto is bringing out other characters that we know nothing about. Like it's not just the characters from Naruto and their kids; it's about other kids too. And there was this group that they showed. It was like this different group, and they were almost kind of like they were flunking out of being a shinobi because they weren't doing so well. And then at the end, like they found out who, like there was like a bomb going around, and then they're like, oh, now we know that you guys are good enough. And then they bring Sai, and now Sai is gonna be mentoring a team. So it's really good. Like I kind of like how everything is going. You know what I mean? Like they bring 10-10 back, and sometimes I saw an episode where they brought Rock Lee came back, and like so it's like it's good. It's not as great as Naruto, but it's good. It's good enough for me to keep me interested. So
I ain't gonna lie. Once Onoki's son came up and he was the one that they found out that was behind those monsters, I said, stop. I'm done. No more. I'm good.
Well, I stopped. The thing was, I only watched like the first few episodes in the beginning, and then I just decided that I didn't like it because a lot of it, especially in the beginning, is just so based on like nostalgia, and like it just bothers me so much that I was just like, oh my god, F this, right? And then for a little while I wasn't watching anime for like a cool little minute, but then I started watching Attack on Titan, and I was like, yo, this show is so good. Because at first it's just crazy, like the plot twist is crazy as hell.
And then when you get to the last season and you realize what the hell was going on, you're like, no.
When you get to at the end of season 3, and you find out what is actually happening, the whole time you think it's this and it's really not. It's crazy. And I just finished watching the first like 16 episodes of season 4. Like it's like a time skip or whatever. I just like and that's really good too. Like Eren changed so much. I was like, oh shit.
I actually gotta finish reading the manga because I think the manga's done.
Yeah, the manga's done. I already know what happens.
And when I seen from the stills, I'm like, oh no, I gotta read this manga because by the time this anime come out, motherfuckers. Like I was reading the manga and then it ended with Historia being pregnant. That's where the manga ended, and I was gonna pick back up, but then I was like, I fell off. Crying over fat bitches and shit.
I know what happens like at the end already because like I saw the spoiler on Reddit, and like I'm okay with it, but now I definitely want to see the rest of the season because it comes out, I think the last final episodes come out January, I think. So
next year.
I can't I cannot wait for that.
Yeah, the shout out to all our anime fans because anime is just really good. You know what I mean? Like I enjoy watching anime.
Listen, I'm be 100 years old. I'm gonna be as old as Betty White still watching anime, all right?
Anime is right. I'll be old as hell watch, especially if they keep making it like this, like good as hell, like
the way they have it.
Right. I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna keep watching. And like I want to start actually Demon Slayer. I'm gonna start that soon.
Yes, that's the one that I'm eyeing right now. I know you guys keep talking about the Attack on Titan, but I'm eyeing Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer will tug at your heartstrings. I'm not gonna lie.
Like that's the show that I'm trying to start watching, but I mean I'm not catching up to Boruto anytime soon because I think there's still like probably like another 100 episodes I gotta watch. So in between, I want to start another anime. So
that way you could start because it's only I think like 10 or 12 episodes. I think it could be 15, and then you have to watch the movie to pick up. But then you don't have to watch the movie right away until season 2 picks up because season 2 is going to pick up right after the movie. because that's where season one ends. Season one ends on they end up on a mission.
Yeah,
They go on
I
a train.
was wondering because like I did see a little bit of that because all right, so but yes, I was Breeze watches Demon Slayer and he was watching the Mugen movie, the Mugen
Mugen
Train,
Train.
whatever. And then like he was watching like the first or second episode, like season 2, and it was like exactly like
Yeah, I think that's what they're gonna do.
Mugen Train. I was so what the fuck is the point of watching the movie if it's in season 2? If that's how you're gonna start
No,
it
it
off.
picks up. No, yeah, it picks up right after the Mugen Train. Because I think that's how they're gonna do it. Like comics back in the day used to have the annuals where like whatever the side stories, everything ties up at the end of the year. And I think that's what Demon Slayer is gonna try to do. Have a movie come out every year that ties up that season. And actually, that's pretty smart. That's pretty smart marketing if you think about it. Because it's gonna force people to watch that movie to figure out what the fuck's happening the next season.
Okay, well, that's something to definitely look into. I definitely want to start watching that. And but De Niro.
Yes, ma'am.
Have you been watching General Hospital?
Absolutely. I'm actually in the middle of today's episode.
I have not watched today's episode, but I saw yesterday's episode and all the other episodes. So for all our General Hospital fans out there, we're still in the middle of, the Sunny, Carly, Nina, Jason,
and Mike.
Britt,
Don't forget Mike.
Britt. I don't even what kind of triangle, quadruple, I don't know, but this is like a lot of people in the situation that's going on right now. And I just find it curious, like it's like, so, Sunny, aka Mike, is, talking to Carly and asking her, you fell in love with Jason because, I wasn't around. And he hasn't even told her that Mike or himself, because Mike and Sunny are the same person, fell for Nina. And I feel like that's a little hypocritical, don't you?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I'm watching these scenes and she's like, no, but I will choose you always or whatever. And he's like, oh, but why? And why are you doing this? And but Jason's my best friend and all this other stuff. And I'm like,
I think that's what's ultimately going to break them up. Once Carly realizes that Sunny, aka Mike, was in love with Nina and holding her to the fire and Jason the way that he has been, I think that's going to be what's going to be the catalyst to break them up.
Also, you think they're breaking up? You think they're going to break up the famous couple, Sunny and Carly?
For a while, Carly and Sunny always get back together.
They always do. But yeah, so I found that kind of hypocritical on his end. I'm like, you fell in love with someone too. And you're here, but he's not doing it in a malicious way. You know what I mean? Like he's just trying to figure out what happened. But I'm still like, you know what, you should be saying your piece too. I'm like, you know what, I forgive you because I fell in love too. You know what I mean?
Well,
like
he should be understanding and compassionate to his best friends and his wife.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, shout out to General Hospital. And did you see what happened yesterday when they shot Valentine?
Right.
They shoot Valentine, and then you saw how they shot Drew? And Drew had like this Rambo moment.
Oh, it was bad. It was bad.
And then he was like shooting all over the place. I was like, what is going on?
And Peter walks away. Like, no.
Peter didn't get shot one time. Drew's doing Rambo all over the place, shooting wildly, and he doesn't even get shot not one time. I was like, no, this is just no.
It's bad. It's bad. Bad production.
That was a horrible General Hospital. I love you, but just that whole scene, I was giggling the whole time.
It's stupid. We all know Drew's gonna live.
Yeah, but then he falls into the water. I'm like, don't tell me he's gonna go missing again. Like, please don't tell me he's gonna go missing just as soon as Sam comes to the rescue. Whatever.
I don't know.
Listen,
Kind of
General
annoying.
Hospital, I felt like when they hired Stephen A. Smith, I was like, yeah, bad production.
Oh
Bad
yeah,
production.
his name is Brick.
But
Brick.
he's been on the show for a while. Well, not religiously, but
Yeah, like he's on it every once in a while. Like they'll throw him in there.
I
I
mean,
just
you got
remember when El Chefe saw him, he's like, wait a minute. What is he doing here? And he was just laughing because he saw the episode where Brick was shooting, like there was like a mob scene, and El Chefe was just dying. He's like, what is going on? Like we were both laughing because I love General Hospital, but some of those scenes when it's supposed to be action packed and they're having all the guns and stuff, I feel like they overact, or I don't know what it is, but those scenes are always funny to watch. Am I right, De Niro?
yeah, it's production. Maybe it's overacting. I don't know. It's just stick to what you're good at.
Yeah, I
I
don't
feel.
know. Just those shots are always funny. It's always funny. Like they have great actors and everything. It's just when it comes to those shooting scenes and it becomes too much, I think.
I miss episodes like the train wreck, or give me another one. The hostage situation in the
The
Metroport.
hostage, the sphere. Remember those spheres that were
Yeah, I miss those
you
kind of
know,
episodes.
yeah, the train. I'm trying to think of one of the other big ones. Oh, remember the quarantine one where it was the monkey. Remember when they had the monkey
That's
and it
when
was like,
Edward died.
yes, that's when the sickness was going around. That was another one. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I like those episodes. They need to bring them back. Where
agreed.
everyone, like when everyone is in danger. I really, really like the old school writing.
Agreed.
Yeah, I know. Panero used to watch it a little bit back in the day. Panero,
that was when they had the original OG Stone Cold.
Stone Cold's still there.
he's
He
still
came
there.
back.
Oh, he's back.
Yeah,
The original actor.
yeah. Steve Burton did reprise his role as Jason Morgan
That's when they
Yes.
eventually
had,
after Billy Myers was there for a while.
Yeah,
It wasn't working. He was not doing it for me.
yeah, like he was all right. It's just he wasn't
He's not Jason.
right. Right. Like he was all right. And now his character is back, which is Drew, but is Jason's, dun 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 twin brother.
Twin brother.
oh god,
Oh,
and they don't even
God.
let you shit like.
Yes, sunshine. Yes. Like sometimes these stories kind of get a little far-fetched. Like it's like really. But
Okay, like this. Spoiler alert. Curtis is Trina's father.
dun
That's
dun
so
dun.
cliche. And I saw that coming from a mile away.
And honestly, I don't like that storyline. Like
I don't either. They need to stop trying to make people connect.
yeah, I'm like, they need to let Tagger be Trina's dad. Like, come on. And she's like, oh, my daughter's never gonna forgive me. Remember, she was like getting all crazy of the fact that Trina knew that she slept with Curtis when she was
Yeah.
married to Tagger. And you're hiding even in a bigger secret. Like I don't know. I just feel like they just need to leave Tagger alone and just have him have Trina. Like it's so
Or like
stupid.
the whole Nell and Nina. Like Nell's been in Port Charles all these years, and then the moment she dies, Nina finds out that's her daughter. Like what?
Like where'd that come from? Yeah, I'm like, really? You really gotta throw that in there? You know what I mean? Like it's just like I feel like sometimes they don't know what to write about anymore. And they just start throwing these crazy, I feel like I should be writing a soap, to be honest. I feel like I will have so much more original ideas than, the twin brother and the stepfather. Oh, there was one. Okay, guys, there was De Niro would know. So there was this other show called One Life to Live, right? And there was these characters. I think it was Jessica and Natalie, right? And then they find out that, correct me if I'm wrong, De Niro, that they were both twins, but one had one different father, the other one had a different father, and I was like, how is this even possible? And then we had to look it up.
Ergo, Vicky was a whore, and
Oh
she
my
had
God.
sex with 2 different men in the same night, and they both got her pregnant.
And they both got her pregnant, and they were twins. And I was like, this can't really be real. And I remember, this was years ago. Do you remember this scenario? We had to look, we did our own research, and we found out that can actually happen.
It is possible, yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's like 1 in a million chance, but it's possible.
Well, it's like cats. Cats can get pregnant by multiple guys and have a litter of kittens, and that's why all the kittens are different colors and stuff.
Yeah, so it's crazy, you know, but they come up with these crazy stories sometimes. Yeah. And I'm like, oh my God, that was on One Life to Live. Shout out to One Life to Live. Is no longer, on right now, but I think they're trying to revive it. Did you hear something about that? Is either One Life to Live or All My Children?
I think it's All My Children.
Yeah, they're trying to do like a primetime thing, but I don't.
And I bet you Susan Lucci's behind it because she is All My Children.
Like, there's no All My Children without Susan Lucci. But yeah, so shout out to all our soap fans out there. I just wanted to, give you a little bit of insight. I'm a Shazam fan, just letting you guys know.
Well, to piggyback off the story you were saying about One Life to Live, here's one that's gonna wreck your brain. So on General Hospital, there was a character that was introduced by the name of Franco. Funnily enough, he was played by James Franco. Yes. So he was like this artist, and then at some point he had disappeared, but then another person took up his role as Franco. But then you find out later on that Franco is Jason's brother.
Yes.
Then he's not Jason's brother. He's Jason's cousin.
Oh my God, yes.
So this is just to give you some how outlandish a soap opera can get.
Yes. But even though these storylines are kind of crazy, the acting and the actors are very, very good. Like, they have like these emotional scenes that be making me cry sometimes. And
Agreed.
there's a lot of good in these shows for sure. And it's just sometimes
when Emily died, I cried.
Oh my God, I cried when Emily died. I cried when Sam's daughter died. I cried when Christina died, which is Alexa's sister. Okay. I cried when she died. Like,
well, I cried when Christina, Alexis's daughter, saw Sunny.
Oh, yeah.
That scene made me cry, and she didn't even say shit. It was a good scene.
Yeah, she was like she just started bawling, and I was like, oh my God, I'm like choking up here. Like, so there's a lot of good actors, and I just love the fact that it's been going on for so long, and I hope it lasts another 50 years,
Word.
Yeah. So shout out to all of you too. Yep.
I think that's about wrapping it up for tonight, guys.
Yeah, I think so. I just want to say thank you guys for joining the No Bullshit podcast. Sorry I wasn't on a little earlier, but I'm here. I love you guys. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification button. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys next week.
All right, guys. It's your boy De Niro signing out. See you next week with the bullshit. And please like and subscribe and ding that notification bell.
We will be here on the same bullshit time, on the same bullshit place, on the same bullshit ass network. Uno momento, mono.
All right, BB.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No! No!